Hello friends, welcome back to another watercolor tutorial. We are going to be painting this. Let's zoom in on that. That's what we're painting today. All right, let's zoom back out. So it's going to be a Father's Day card, but this by no means has to be a Father's Day card. You can paint this for fun, you can make it a greeting card of another sorts, but I'm going to make this a Father's Day card because Father's Day is coming up and you guys like Father's Day cards. So I also don't have very much time because, as you know, if you are a regular viewer of mine, I paint in my bathroom. And the issue is that my husband is currently doing his workout and my tripod is in the bathtub. That is how I film. And he needs to shower when he's done his workout. And instead of painting this as soon as he started his workout, knowing that this was going to be the issue, I decided that instead I'm going to watch YouTube shorts for 40 minutes. So that's where we're at right now. So we're starting out here by painting the sky. So I've taken a baby blue and I'm just going to fade this out to the bottom just so that in case my mountains that I'm going to try to paint later I just don't want them to cut out randomly. That probably doesn't make any sense to you, but that's okay. Just do what I'm doing and you'll be good. So now I'm taking my paintbrush and I'm drawing it on a paper towel, and then I'm kind of dabbing it on top of the blue to lift off some watercolor to make it look like clouds. And then I rinse my brush, I dab it on a paper towel, and I repeat. And that's all. This step is totally optional, but you can barely even see it. Which makes me want to do another layer. But I don't have time, guys. I don't have time. Because this guy's going to be done his workout probably in 5 or 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I'll be done filming when you're done. No problem. Okay, I'm just gonna leave the light blue. Honestly, I wasn't gonna put anything there to begin with, so yeah, let's let this completely dry. Okay, I think this is dry. I think is the key word here. We're gonna paint our mountains now. So you can choose your mountains to be whatever color that you choose, obviously. So I am choosing black. It's gonna be more like a gray, but anyways, I'm gonna have two mountain peaks, one over here and one over here. So my one peak is gonna start like somewhere here. And the way, I have a tutorial that is specifically like how to paint mountains. And it goes over 4 techniques. Please watch that video. If you're confused about my method, I go over this method in that video. It would be a whole separate tutorial for me to just explain how to paint these mountains. So just, I encourage you to go check that video out instead. But anyways, so I'm gonna have a second mountain peak over here. So the light is going to be coming from the same side. So that's where I'm creating my shadow. And it's going to join up here. So this guy is going to come down like this. Your mountains do not have to be as detailed as these ones. I do tend to go a little bit overboard when I paint mountains, but honestly anything in general. I just, I don't know when to stop. And I just keep going with the details, which isn't very productive all the time. I am just working right now on trying to get this done fairly quickly for you guys. So if I didn't paint this mountain or the background blue, I would have just left that white because I like how that looked. But here's just a very, very basic mountain range. Now I want to turn this into, like, the base of this is going to fade into brown on either side here. And then it's going to fade into green because we are going to have a beautiful foresty landscape, or at least that's the idea behind what we're doing right now. And again, this was just like drawn up from my little book. So what I do, I think I started saying this in a previous video and then I totally forgot to finish my thought. But what I do now, how I've streamlined my painting, is I just come up with a month's worth of ideas for painting at a time, and then I batch paint. Like, I will paint an entire month's worth of tutorials in 1 or 2 days. So that's when I showed you my planner there, that's what that was. That was just my like batch planning guide for June, actually. So yeah, it just helps me, because I film in my bathroom. I was saying this in another video. Because I paint in my bathroom, it's very impractical to like constantly set up my painting setup every single time I want to paint. If I were to paint like 1 or 2 paintings every time, it's just like everybody needs to use the toilet, everyone needs to use the bath, like the shower. It's just very impractical to what is it impractical to do? Oh, to just have my setup here, like without to have it here permanently, because, you know, even today when I was filming earlier, you would have already seen the tutorial that I'm talking about, but my husband needed to use the toilet and I had to stop my filming so that but usually if it's, you know, if he just needs to pee, then he will sometimes just go outside because we live in a forest, so, you know, no worries, the animals do it all the time. But, you know, it was not pee. And I later had to bask in that ambiance because this is where I paint. And I paint here because it has the best lighting. Our house is very small and the bathroom has the most consistent lighting. So, this is quite a successful speed painting. I am not even 10 minutes in right now. And I've got like the bulk of this basically complete. And the fact that my husband is still working out, you know why? Because he's watching a movie while on his bike. So that's probably why. He's just taking it leisurely so he can spend more time watching his movie. Okay, what are we doing? We need to paint trees, but the thing is, I didn't wait for this to totally dry before we can paint the trees. that's a bit problematic. So what am I gonna do? I am going to create my green pigment here. Oh my gosh, I should work under this sort of pressure more often. I paint a painting so much quicker and so much more efficiently because I don't have time to like dabble over details. Like the first painting that I painted today was an hour and 20 minutes long. So I'm gonna have to do some serious editing and shortening, because like who's gonna want to sit there for an hour? If you're one of those people, let me know if you would sit an hour through my tutorial. I wouldn't even want to do that. Okay, trees. We have to paint trees now. So the way that I'm doing this, I still kind of have to figure it out one moment. So I'm gonna have a tree just coming up way high here. You know what, ever since I've painted a lot of like deciduous forest paintings recently, landscapes, and I've really taken a liking to painting deciduous trees rather than pine trees. So I can't believe I would ever say this, but I'm kind of sick of painting pine trees. I've painted so many pine trees this winter, because that's kind of like the thing that you paint during winter time. I wish I didn't paint that tree. I wish I just left it the way that it is, but what are you gonna do? Cry. You can cry. So because I started, I have to commit to the pines. Do it for the pines. So yeah, I'm just painting pine trees here. Maybe I should go a little bit closer so you have a better visual. I don't want to go all the way up here because I don't want to cover all these really nice details that we spent time painting. So this might be just like a shorter pine forest that doesn't go all the way. Well, I guess it's gonna go up here because that's what my paintbrush has chosen to do. Oh, so our internet, we live in the forest, so our internet is really slow. Like, I did an internet speed test and my upload speed is 0.7. I don't remember the unit of measurement, but if you just type in internet speed test, you can test the speed of your internet, and my upload speed is 0.7. It's not even a full number. So then I went, like the closest larger town to us is a 30-minute drive away. So I went there because I had to go buy something at the store. And just out of curiosity, I went to the library. I brought my laptop and I went to the library and I did the internet speed test there. And their upload speed, keep in mind, mine is 0.7. Theirs was like 25 and I couldn't believe it. So I asked the librarian if I could just leave my laptop there for a couple of hours and go and like run my errands and then come back and pick up my laptop. And she was really kind and she was like, yeah, no problem. Just leave it here behind the counter. I'll watch it for you. And in the 2 hours that I was gone, 4 of my videos uploaded. Like the 4 that I put on, all 4 uploaded. One of those videos, because it was like 8 gigabytes or something like that, it would have taken my internet at home here 2 days, like 36 hours probably to upload. So I don't really know what my point is. That was just a very fun discovery. So I think that every week I might just skedaddle on over to this town and utilize the library to upload my videos, because when I film a month's worth of content, so that's about 8 or 9 videos at one time, it takes me a week to upload them all to YouTube. A week. And we basically can't use the internet during that time because it is completely dedicated to uploading these videos. I'm sorry, I wasn't really describing what I'm doing. I hope you could just see what I was doing there. It's very basic what I'm doing here. I'm just flicking green watercolor upwards to create trees, and yeah, there's not really too much to it. It's very... I just can't believe that when this video is uploaded, which will be in June, I can't tell you what is going to be happening. I might make a sketchbook Sunday where I talk about it, in which case you wouldn't find out until July, because this, I've already, planned out my June uploads, but I'm really tempted. It's exciting stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much more into it. But I think I'm okay with this. This is meant to be a very basic card. You can go into the details as much as you want, but I just wanted to create a very rough, naturey forest landscape. Because, what do you put on Father's Day cards that you can paint in watercolor? It's tough. It's tough to come up with, Father's Day content in watercolor. And I like how this looks. So I'm going to let this totally dry before we pencil on our greeting. Okay, so this is dry. I'm going to peel this tape off. I don't recommend doing that, peeling the tape off, until you are completely done with your painting, because I inevitably will want to add something and I won't be able to because I already peeled the tape off. But we still do have to add the holiday greeting, or the Happy Father's Day. You can just write dad, or for my dad, or something like that. You know what? I kind of don't want to write anything on here, because you don't need a greeting if you don't want one. You can totally write Happy Father's Day or something along those lines. Just plop that on there. I might just Photoshop it on so it's in the thumbnail, but I might want to use this for another holiday, so I'm not sure yet. But you can add Happy Father's Day, so it could be a Father's Day card. So that is basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I can't believe it's not even 20 minutes and I finished this tutorial. Hit like on this video if you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.